Alright guys, huge character info for Wuthering Waves. Last night we finally got the latest 2.6 drip marketing that just came out, giving us confirmation on the long-awaited release of Augusta. We also have brand new info and updates that provide us what we expect Augusta to look like in terms of gameplay, kit info, her viable teams, and a lot more. So for this video, let's go over all the details that we know on this character, the incoming 5-star set to come out in the first phase of the 2.6 version update. Also, if you guys do enjoy the update videos, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and put those notifications on. It will help quite a lot to see my videos right away whenever we have some new exciting info for Wuthering Waves. But alright, let's not waste any time and get right into everything we know on this character. Starting with the basic info like her role, element, and weapon. So Augusta is a 5-star electro element character, with her weapon type being a broadblade weapon. For her role, she is also expected to be a main DPS, more so focused on doing heavy attack damage combos. Now the recent info highlights that she also uses a massive broadblade to fight enemies, but that she also has a transformation after using her ultimate. Which now that we have the official drip marketing, we have yet another look at the huge sword that she is wielding, which definitely looks like a broadblade instead of being a sword type weapon. We should be getting confirmation on her element and weapon later tonight once the full drip marketing is out. But from what the early info tells us, she's definitely looking like our next 5-star electro broadblade main DPS. So we can expect to have a similar mechanic to Zani in a way, because of the transformation after the ult. And one thing I do hope gets confirmed as well is the use of her griffin. In the latest drip marketing, we saw there's a huge griffin in the back, and at first I was thinking it was a dragon, but after a closer look it definitely looks like a griffin. And it seems with the new info that came out, it says that the griffin will be summoned during gameplay and part of her animations. If this is true, that would be pretty hype. Alright, now let's take a look at the latest kit details that we have on Augusta. We have partial kit info that came out, like news on her normal attack, her skill, and ultimate. So let's go over it. Her normal attack is said to be a free hit combo, with the final strike dealing AoE electro damage. It's also currently speculated that the final hit of her basic attack free hit combo will apply a conductive effect on the enemy, which synergizes with other electro units, especially alongside characters like Yinlin, Xingliao, and maybe even Yuno will synergize well with her, as Yuno is said to provide heavy attack buffs, which is exactly what Augusta wants. Alright, now for her resonant skill. Her skill is pretty interesting. It's said to summon a lightning field, basically a zone that dishes out electro damage continuously on the enemies in the field, and also it'll be buffing herself, giving buffs like attack percent up, crit rate, and crit damage. I would say the crit is pretty valuable, as it will make it a lot easier to build this character. We don't know the multipliers on how much crit rate and crit damage she will be giving to herself, but still any amount is pretty valuable and will allow to reach easier requirements on her echo builds. Then we have the info on her resonance liberation, which this one is pretty crazy. So her ultimate, this is where Augusta's ultimate transforms her into something called Storm Avatar. She will then unleash a barrage of high damage hits. On top of that, it will apply something called Conductive Vulnerability Effect, which will then make enemies take more damage from any electro unit. So this is one of the reasons why mono electro teams will be really valuable with Augusta, as she will have amazing synergy with other electro units due to applying debuffs on the enemies, and the ultimate applying more debuffs and her buffing herself as well at the same time. Her being a main DPS, her ultimate will still give buffs to both herself and other electro units in the party by increasing the target's electro damage taken. So far, she looks pretty perfect for electro-based team comps. We definitely needed a really strong main electro DPS character to for sure complete the electro team. Some characters that come to mind that would synergize really well with her would be characters like Yinlin. Of course, Yinlin still provides the best buffs for electro damage. so she'll make really good use of that as the main DPS. And also the damage that Yilin provides, even with the off-field damage, will be getting buffed when Augusta uses her ultimate. Another character would be Zheng Yao, as he would be really good for quick swap with Augusta. And as a support, we could use Shorekeeper to give more crit rate boost and field control. And maybe even Yuno is looking to be her next best in slot support. I can definitely see that happening, as Yuno is set to come out for the second phase of this update, and at the same time, I'm sure they want to sell the character together, so we'll see if Yuno is going to be her best in slot support. She should be. She'll provide healing and also heavy attack damage buffs. That is what we know on this character for now. I'll make a separate video once we get more kit info about her, but I definitely know that these two should synergize really well together. Alright, so we also have more news, and this is about her weapon info. So her weapon is going to be crit rate main stat, which is expected with her role being a main DPS. She will sure be putting out a lot of damage, and for the weapon effect, it says that it increases attack by 12%, and once she uses the resonance skill, her heavy attack damage gains a 24% damage boost, which is exactly what she needs, as from what we saw, she scales on heavy attack damage the most, so that is one thing to keep in mind once we build her echoes. But don't build yet, guys, because I'm pretty sure we are getting a brand new echo set for 2.6, as we usually do every single update whenever a new character comes out. So we should be getting a new dedicated set just for Augusta, or maybe Yuno as well. So we'll see, but until then, don't go too crazy on echo farming, unless you want like a day one Augusta build. But until the 2.6 live stream, we should wait to see what are the new echoes and the new echo builds that will come out in this update, and if it's truly going to be her best in slot. Overall, looking really good. Now, one thing to also keep in mind is that this info is still early info, and this is only the partial kit details, not the full kit info. We don't have any multipliers or the full forte and everything. But once that comes out, I definitely got you guys covered with the full pre-release kit breakdown on the upcoming characters. Overall, looking like an amazing character, amazing drip, really like the Griffin. If it's truly in the gameplay, this character has me sold. And you guys let me know down below, are you guys hyped for Augusta? Are you guys summoning on this character? And what do you think her final kit will be looking like? And if you have any speculation, feel free to let me know down below. I'll be reading the comments. But this will conclude all the character kit info that I have for you all today. So if you guys did enjoy, like and subscribe, put those notifications on. Plenty more updates on the way. Stay tuned later tonight, as we should be getting the second part of the 2.6 drip marketing. Finally, the release of Yuno, so pretty exciting to have these two come out finally, and also a bunch more should come out once we get the beta in about a few days from now, I think, probably in the weekend. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.